Well, a good Saturday to you. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist John Dawson, and this is our tropical update. Always a great opportunity to dive into things and really discuss what's happening in the tropics. And I'm thankful to report that other than just a little bit of a glitch in my satellite imagery, things are very quiet across the Atlantic Basin and are expected to stay quiet over the next 7 days. The official outlook from the National Hurricane Center says no tropical formation is expected over the next 7 days. And there's a couple different factors that are kind of adding into that or kind of supporting that on why we're looking at that. The first thing is a couple high pressure systems, and then also that Saharan dust is doing its thing, what we like to see it do in July. And so again, something that's fairly common as far as the dust goes. These high pressure systems kind of come and go, but also something that we're used to seeing. So pretty good ridge of high pressure across the Gulf of Mexico. We do see a little bit of tropical wave activity down in the Bay of Campeche. We'll also have some tropical waves that are over on this edge of the Atlantic, and also a little bit further south in the Atlantic near the equator. But overall, nothing really looks like it has an opportunity to develop into a tropical system. So as I mentioned, a little bit of a glitch there in my satellite imagery. Sorry for that flashing that was happening. This is that Saharan dust that we're talking about. So of course, coming off of the coast of Africa is where we see that. And already even in the Gulf of Mexico right now, there's a little bit of a dense area. And then over on the western edges of the Atlantic, starting to get into the Caribbean, you see a bit of a dense area, but then a really larger area of dense Saharan dust is really starting to move in across the, I would call, lower third of the Atlantic. Up higher in the Atlantic, in the northern latitudes, you'll see that high pressure ridge is really built in. So this is what's keeping things from developing any further to the north. This dust is definitely inhibiting or slowing down any sort of development that's further to the south, which is really where we would expect to see something this time of the year, at least with all the conditions that we have happening this time of the year. Let me put it that way. In 2024, I'll put it that way. But we certainly like to see that dust in the Gulf of Mexico and that high pressure that's also in the Gulf of Mexico as well. So when we kind of looked at one of our Futurecast products, this is the Fox model, you're going to see that's just not much going on. Very quiet across the Atlantic, a little bit of activity down in the lower regions closer to the equator, and as we've talked about, just super quiet in the Gulf of Mexico and all across the Caribbean as well. So all things that we like to be reporting, especially in a season when we're expecting it to become even more active when we get later on in the season. And we've certainly already had an active season thus far. We've had 3 named storms, and normally that 4th named storm would not form until the middle of August if you sort of use our seasonal numbers as a way of looking at things. Probably right now you're watching me on our YouTube channel, or perhaps you've gone to fox26houston.com. I know we've got a lot of international visitors on our YouTube channel. So glad that you're here. Appreciate you checking in with us. Everybody, though, I would invite to download the Fox Local app. This Fox Local app allows you to choose Fox 26. That's our Houston Fox-owned television station where we are. And with that, you have a lot of options of videos on demand. And what I want to point out is that you can access the Mondays with Mike along with my hurricane gear tests. And of course, anything that's coming out of our studio, that would be the live programming that you could see there. But like I said, even for our international viewers, if you want to download this for your smart TV, this app, you can have these access here to these great options. And of course, my hurricane gear tests are also on my YouTube channel. So if you search meteorologist John Dawson in YouTube, that's going to be a great way to be able to sort of track with that. So again, these tropical updates primarily for YouTube and our fox26houston.com. So if you're watching and you get a chance, go to YouTube, search meteorologist John Dawson. All my hurricane gear tests are there. Going to continue to keep you updated and prepped for this active hurricane season. That's going to do it for your Saturday afternoon update. As always, we're back again tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. I'll expect to see you then.